Okay, hello. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to do a running stitch. So I'm going to demonstrate that for you. You can see right here. You're always going to have like a right side of the fabric and the wrong side of the fabric. So I put an X on what would be like the inside of your clothes if you were, hand stitching a hem or something like that. So you always want your knot to be on the wrong side of the fabric, so the back of the fabric. So I'm going to start by putting the needle in through the back side and pulling it all the way through. So you can see my knot is going to be on the back of the fabric, so we won't be able to see that when we are doing our stitching. So with a running stitch, it's just a straight line and it looks like dashes on your fabric. So you can see I'm going to leave a few millimeters and then I'm going to go back through the back of the fabric by poking it in, and I've created one little line which looks like a dash. And I'm going to flip it back over so I can kind of see where it is. You want your stitches to be really close together. So you can see here I'm not leaving as much space in between as I made on the front. And then I'm going to pull it all the way through. So this looks like a much smaller dot than a full dash. And I'm going to pull it back over to the front. And you can see I'm just going to continue with the same size stitch, trying to make them as straight as possible. And we're just going to keep doing this across the whole side of our little sampler. So we go into the back with a small dash and then a normal size stitch on the front. So you can see that. So now our stitches are looking similar size. You're going to have similar spacing between each of them, so it looks nice and even. And we're just going to go all the way across. So as you can see, I'm almost done with this edge. Not perfect, but it's pretty straight. Doing my best to go in a straight line. If you make a mistake, it's okay. You just keep going. And when we get to the edge, you can either round the corner and keep stitching, depending on how much time we have. I want you to practice both the running stitch and the overcast stitch in class today. This week, I should say. So there you go. I've got my running stitch across one edge of the fabric. And if we flip it over, you can see my knot is here. And I'm going to trim off any extra thread so that we don't have all that bunchiness going on. And we've just got our knot. And in order to tie this off on the back, I'm going to demonstrate how to knot that. So you can see I'm going to tuck this under just a little bit of fabric and pull it almost all the way through. And then I'm going to loop it 3 times through the little loop I created. And then I'm going to pull it down. And it creates a knot. So you can see I've got my knot there. And once again, I'm just going to trim that just above the knot. And I'm finished. Knots are on the back. Front looks nice. There is the running stitch.